welcome to the Get At Gaming Plus podcast. I am Alex,
I'm Ben.
and we got a pretty fun show going for you today. This is Get At Gaming Plus podcast where we talk about all things fun, nerdy, geeky, anime, video games, whatever. Some things we got going for you today. Some Mario movie news, some Ninja Turtles updates, and then some more things, I guess. I don't want to give it all away. I don't want to give the whole thing away. Again, this is Get Again Plus podcast. If you are new here, welcome. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing us. Thank you for flying air Get At Gaming this evening. For new here, consider hitting that follow button, subscribing wherever you're at. We really do appreciate that. We appreciate the listens, the likes, all the fun stuff there. If you're listening on podcast services, we appreciate if you would go to youtube.com/getatgaming. You can find us on a video format. Video people, if you just think we're ugly and you hate us so much, you know what? You don't have to look at our smiling faces anymore. You can go to the audio version that's on iTunes or Spotify. Amazon. Like there's plenty of places, so you don't have to look at our faces if you really don't want to. I caught you off guard.
Yeah, you definitely did.
Yeah. So but yeah, if you hate us, if you hate our faces, go over there. We'll know because we look at the numbers for YouTube. We know that you all hate our faces. It's okay. But if you like our faces, consider liking, commenting, subscribing again. But what we like to do here, beginning, we always like to talk about like what we've been playing, or we have something called Hidden Trophies, where we find cool things throughout our week because both Ben and I are collectors, and we also have a problem with spending. We like to talk about all of the reasons of why we've spent money this week and try to justify it by being like, it's for the show, everyone. I'm gonna make Ben go first since he always makes me go first. So Ben, do you have any do you have any hidden trophies, or what have you been playing?
Well, no hidden trophies, and I'm quite embarrassed to say what I've spent a lot of time playing, but you know what? I'm gonna go for it. So, do you remember this month when we got our PlayStation Plus titles and we got a SpongeBob game?
Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated.
I've been playing a lot of that. That's actually a pretty fun platformer.
I played it on GameCube a long time ago.
Well, I remember it on GameCube. This is like the updated,
HD.
Yeah, the controls are okay.
Yeah,
but it's just a fun platformer. There's no thought process. It's not overly difficult. So I've been playing that a little bit. One thing that I've not talked about is on Steam, I purchased the Goosebumps. It's like a click adventure game. It's not the one that came out after that. So basically,
like a point and click.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's difficult.
Okay.
But it's very fun. I have died tons of times.
Like Sam and Max and Grim Fandango type stuff. Okay, cool.
Yeah, there's not a lot of like in those. There's like the live action.
Yeah.
These are more of like stills with voices and sounds. I paid literally. It was on Steam for $1.
All right. Cool.
That's pretty fun. And then one game that I went back to that is going to shock a lot of people is Shadow Complex. I have a lot of hours in that game. Mm-hmm. I've never platinumed that game, and so I just started playing it again. I don't know why I find it so fun. Side-scrolling game from what, PlayStation 3?
Yeah,
it was on Xbox originally.
Xbox Live Arcade, right?
Yeah, and then later they did like a something version that came out on PlayStation 3 or 4, mm-hmm. and it's funny because it's Nolan North is like the main character's voice. So basically it's like Uncharted without Unchartedness. side-scrolling shooter. You know, it's the weirdest story ever. You go out hiking with a girl you met at a bar, and it's your first date, and you go in this cave, she gets kidnapped because in this cave is like this underground layer, and you're, shooting guards, you're earning new weapons, and there's a suit that you can get, and it modifies everything like your speed, your how high you jump, all that, and you get pieces to this armor. Not a really hard game, and it definitely on my PS5, it looks like a PS3 game. I mean, it does not look the best. Um, so that's basically what I've been playing. Those 3 games, I'm taking my time up. The point and click, I am not used to playing point and click, so it's taking a little bit of time for me to
Okay.
get used to. But it's fun.
Yeah, the last point and click I've played was when I streamed Strong Bad's cool game for attractive people. Because that Homestar Runner point and click made by Telltale, very good, very fun, very underrated. Telltale exists again, so those games go on sale for a lot. Honestly, a lot of Telltale games go on sale for a lot. The older ones, so take a look on Steam, and you probably grab a lot of them for like under $5.
Yeah, I mean, my all-time favorite, literally Telltale game, um, was Costume Quest. Wasn't that a Telltale game?
No, that's Double Fine.
Okay. Um, I've never really played one of those games.
Okay,
So
because yeah, now I'm thinking of LucasArts, but like yeah, it's similar like LucasArts games and stuff like that. But
didn't they do
like
a Batman game, right?
yeah, they did Batman Telltale. Yeah, there's a
That was
couple
free
seasons
at
of
one
that.
point. I played like 5 minutes of it, and I couldn't get into it.
Yeah, that's how it goes with a lot of those later Telltale games because like Wolf Among Us and stuff like that too. There came a certain point. Oh yeah, they also did like Walking Dead games that are really critically acclaimed. Um, but there came a point where like their engine just looked gross compared to their games. Like the systems kept getting better and their engine stayed the same. So like these other games looked amazing, and then you see this like I don't know, either point and click or like type of like adventure type game, and it just looks bad compared to the others. Like it doesn't look like it's from the same generation. Um so hopefully now their games look better. I'm not sure because it's Skybound, I think, who owns them now.
I think you're
But yeah, that's I even talked about what I played. I just realized this. I started to end that. And you said you didn't have anything else?
right. Nope, that'd
Okay.
be it.
All right. Things that I have bought or things that I played. I played some more Kingdom Hearts on stream. Check it out at twitch.tv/cheatar02. I finally got past the 3 kids, Lock, Shock, and Barrel. I had to watch a YouTube tutorial on how to do it. To trap them behind the. This sounds bad out of context. I had to trap them behind the couch and then just beat them to a pulp. Because eventually, like they hop over there and then like they get stuck, so you just have to hit them. And then eventually one of them gets out, so you have to jump out from the couch, wait for them to come back again, jump back behind the couch, and then they get stuck. And yeah, now I have to do this other part at the end. Because I mean, you remember Kingdom Hearts. Because after you fight Lock, Shock, and Barrel, then you fight Oogie Boogie with his dice. I beat that. Took like 2 tries maybe because it's not a hard fight, honestly. Even with level 1. And the thing that's killing me right now is when Oogie Boogie transforms the manor into himself. So there's all these like purple orbs of darkness everywhere. Yeah, after like the 3rd orb, then 2 like gargoyle heartless appear, and they just one hit KO you if they hit you from the back. So I found out it takes 14 hits, 14 combos in order to kill one of those bubbles. So
Really?
I was doing 13 combos plus a couple extra hits and then going to the next one. So they weren't all destroyed. And then I was basically just traveling. So like once I started actually destroying things, then once those guys showed up, I would just try to avoid them, go back to one of those things, hit it a couple times, and it was gone. So I didn't have to like wait and like hit it constantly. So like yeah, I was planning my shots, so everything was pre-damaged, and I still lost. Um, but yeah, because I forgot one. So um, that's my life with streaming there. Played more Dot Hack a little bit. It's still a good game. It's just Dot Hack, so like it's not bad. It's just chill. Nothing's really happening yet. Far as things that I bought, and this is the tangent that I warned you about, even though we're recording late. Um, First of all, I bought a couple of these. I have some stuff in the mail. Sonic Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. I think I talked about that maybe on stream. I'm not, or on a podcast. I at least talked to you about it. SD Blu-ray of that's coming in sometime this week, hopefully. Same thing with a couple Lupin things. I got Haikyuu, season 3 for audio listeners. There we go. There we go. That looks a little bit better. 10 episodes of Haikyuu. It's the volleyball anime with the high school volleyball, and it's like a shonen, and it's actually really good. It's a really good sports anime. I highly recommend it for people who like sports anime. Yeah, I have season 1 and 2, and then season 3 was only like $25 instead of like 60 or whatever it normally is. So had to buy it there. This next portion of the podcast is me complaining to Ben because he introduced me to my new vice, my new addiction. It's that app called Whatnot. And yeah, I wasn't feeling well last night. And so I was wide awake. And I ended up going in this cool person named Game Fox, their stream for Whatnot. So full disclosure, Whatnot is basically an auction app website, live auction, where when you buy stuff on there, you bid for it. Always click on shipping and handling so you know how much you're paying for shipping before you actually bid on something. I kind of learned that the hard way once, but honestly, the shipping wasn't that much anyway, so whatever. So yeah, so always pay attention to that. But yeah, you're always paying for the game and then plus shipping and handling. And so I spent last night, I would say I probably spent about $50. About 5 things. Things I don't need. Things I don't need. But you've told me about this, Ben, this app last year.
Yeah.
I had it downloaded. I never had any of my information in it. And that last night I was just like, man, I'm tired. I'm not tired. And let's just go ahead and let's just do it. Let's just put in my information. Let's put in my credit card. Let's do all this stuff. So I do that. And yeah, so I bought Taiko no Tatsujin DX for PSP. So these are all Japanese imports, by the way. PSP is region free, so I should be able to play this on my PSP 3000. The other one was kind of a random game, but it's some sort of Neon Genesis Evangelion game, but it's a slot machine game based on one of the movies. Bought that for $15. Wow. I bought Bleach, a Bleach fighting game for PS2. Keep in mind, I do not have a Japanese PS2, so I cannot play this. For $12. I bought Dragon Ball Z for the Super Famicom. Dragon Ball Z Goku 10 something. I thought it was going to be a fighting game. I looked it up. It's an RPG of the original Dragon Ball up to the end of that. So with like King Piccolo and stuff like that. So that's really cool. But it's also a JRPG that's only in Japanese. I bought that for $17. I bought Hatsune Miku Project Diva 2nd for PSP, another imports, but I can actually play this for about $10. So basically, moral story is I keep buying things that I can't play. With exception of the PSP games and I guess the Dragon Ball game, I can technically put it in my Super NT and it will be able to play it hopefully. But just when you think that's the end of it, it's not the end of it. I can't even see what I bought on today because the way that they have it listed is that it just says RPG number 62, RPD number 74. I don't remember what I bought. I think I bought like Tales of the Abyss for PS2. I'm just gonna say this. That's what this was. That was $4. Or wait, no, that was $8. I bought. Let's just pretend I bought Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep for Japanese PSP for like $8 or $5. I won some giveaway that I didn't even know. It's some for some game. I don't remember what it was. And then I bought something else. I don't remember what the last thing was that I bought. This was today.
This is how they get you because like my original thing was, I have $10 to play with, right?
Ate it up immediately. First purchase.
Yeah, instantly. And I will tell you as an NES collector, it's nice because I'm able to find titles that you can't see here. But man, I will tell you, if you follow any YouTubers at all, and I'm not gonna name them on here. I'm not gonna call people out, but I will watch their stream and watch things go for way more.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a $5 PlayStation 3 game goes for $25 to $30 because they're YouTubers and people want to buy them from the YouTuber. But
yeah, also
in the retro market, you will see people overbidding on retro things all the time.
That's what was happening today, and unfortunately, like even in that cool stream where I was buying stuff, Seiken Densetsu 2 complete in box, which is Secret of Mana for Japan, it went for like 50 some odd dollars, and like that's personally too expensive for me. I almost bought a Sega Saturn yesterday, but then it went over $160. I was like, nope, I'm done. So at least I know when to quit. I'm not just buying a bunch of stuff. I know like my threshold of how much I'm going to pay for things. So I feel like I'm a little more responsible than most, and I do have money to play with. So that's not like the issue. It's not like I'm running out of money. I'm not trying to brag. But like I have money set aside for buying stuff, and I'm going to use it this way now, I guess. I'm going to try to not do this every single week. But we'll see. I mean, this is cheaper for the things I'm buying, the places I'm going to. It is cheaper than going to an anime convention or something like that and finding these games, because a lot of these games are overpriced even there. Even if they are good deals, they're still overpriced. At least here, they are less overpriced. They still can be to a degree. But it's that convenience of like, I get to see them open it. I get to see them show me that it's complete in box. I guess I bought another PSP game. I don't remember what it was. It was something. But yeah,
I'll tell you, PSP titles are going up in price right now.
Yeah, so but they're all the ones I've mainly been watching have been Japanese imports, because there's less people in those streams, and it's easier to collect for. One of the things I think I talked about on this show, I might have talked about it in a stream, but one of the next things I want to try collecting for is Kingdom Hearts games again, and recollect those. So whether that is like I'm missing 358 Days Over 2, if anyone has that, send it to me, please. I would like that inbox. But I want to start collecting that kind of stuff in Japanese, because I just love seeing different box arts and things like that. I think it's just a really cool thing to have. But yeah, so that's kind of the next thing. And then seeing like the Birth by Sleep on there for Japan, it's like, oh well, it must be fate. I must have to buy this. But yeah, shout out to GameFox. Their GameFox 35 on Instagram. But yeah, he sells a bunch of RPGs, JRPGs. They're almost at 2,000 followers on Whatnot. I kind of want. I don't want to take advantage of you guys. Never mind. I was like, man, maybe we should put both of our Whatnot at, like things, and it's like choose who your favorite is. Make an account with your favorite, either Ben or me. Who you can choose.
Well, and I will tell you, like, I my only problem with Whatnot is I have been the last couple months I've been trying to become a seller,
Yes.
and I have a very good record on eBay. Alex can attest to that. That I do have a very good rating on eBay.
Yeah. You
And
do. You also have bad things that you keep trying to give me, but yeah.
yes, you wanted that Wii music. That is all yours.
Oh, that's true.
Um, but this is my second time applying, and they ask for a lot, which I get. But I saw a guy last week who had 5 items. He mostly talked, and his prices were like ridiculous. Like he had an Outrun game for Xbox 360. I guess it's a rare, super rare one. And he's like, if you buy this, I will give this away for free. And it was 4 hours. And then he kept leaving to go to the bathroom or switch his laundry. So if you are wanting to become a seller, have everything that you have in front of you. Like I'm gonna appeal what they sent me of a no, but have it all ready to go. Other than that, my transactions on there have been pleasant.
Yeah.
I only had one seller that sent me a game in like one of those middle envelopes, the ones that had like the little tie at the top. There was no tape or anything.
I remember you told me that. Yeah.
I was like, somebody could have like opened it. It wasn't an expensive game. It really wasn't. But it still irked me because I was like, water could have gotten in there. It was just not sealed very well. But for the most part, everybody that I've watched and everyone I have bought from has been a really good transaction. It's sent very quickly.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to see how fast these send, to be honest. Yeah. I'm not sure, but I mean, I've only bought them for the past couple days, so I would expect maybe next week, honestly, which it's going to be pretty cool. So get ready to see all that stuff and all of that. But yeah, the issue with you just not getting on the Whatnot compared to these other people is just that it's oversaturated now, and those people who you're watching probably got in super easily in the very beginning, and they're not. I don't know. They should be combing like all those people out of the system, like the ones who are like not doing well or just kind of abusing it. Because you think that there would be, you can see there aren't many streams going on at once. Let's just say that with
Right.
Whatnot. So like there should be like Whatnot employees sitting in there and making sure like, is this a quality stream? Is this up to our standards? If not, give them a warning and then kick them out.
Well, and when you apply to be that, you have to put your card in there, like your credit card, because they can fine you for stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Whether you sold a bad product, you usually just do a return, but they can fine you for things. So, yep, stay tuned to when Ben appeals this and says, y'all are trash. This is making me so mad. But I got to get a little more stock because most of these streams are like 50 or more.
Yeah, you need to buy more Wii Music for them. Just be a Wii Music streamer.
I could buy those right now for, believe it or not, as I was on eBay, which eBay is taking a hit from this, definitely. These lower end games you see on eBay are selling for dirt. I just bought 3 Wii games for less than $15, and one of them is actually a pretty good game.
Wow.
But they're definitely feeling the heat from it. I got this whole thing the other day from them, like, "Oh, you're our star seller, and you can do this, and you get these free things."
Mm-hmm.
These don't sell on Whatnot, basically. But if you're a collector, they are good because you can find things that you can't find on eBay, and you get to physically look at the product before you buy it.
Exactly. And again, at least with these people, shout out to again to GameFox 35. But like they seem to be like a little community. So like they're all, at least the people who I've been watching, they all seem to know each other and like interact with each other very well. So like they're all, at least I was lucky. My first sale was from these people, so very reputable people. So I will buy again, and I'm looking forward to wasting more money. But that tangent, I told you we are gonna have a tangent. That was half the
That's okay.
episode. But anyway, I thought that we should take a look at a couple news stories. Let's pull it up here. Cool. All right. So, news story number 1. This weird, awkward Twitter post here from Nintendo of America. This is Miyamoto. After consulting with Chris San, not Chris Pratt, Chris partner at Illumination on Super Mario Bros. Film, we decided to move the global release to spring 2023, April 28th in Japan, and April 7th in North America. That's weird that's in North America first. My deepest apologies, but I promise it'll be well worth the wait. And then everyone's just like, this isn't Miyamoto. This isn't Miyamoto. And like people were really confused because it's an official Twitter thing from Nintendo of America Twitter. And they're like, I had to check this 3 times to make sure this was a legit thing, because why would Nintendo of America just say, this is Miyamoto? That's so out of character. That's not Miyamoto. But yeah, how you feel about this? I know that there are some leaks in I didn't want to pull them up because I don't know how truthful they are. But there are supposedly some leaks in movie theaters of posters of Mario and Luigi, where like it says like player 2 has joined or something like that. But yeah, how you feel about this delay? How you feel about this movie?
I mean, to be honest, anytime they delay a movie and they're delaying it for good reasons like this, I have no problem. I think that's good to delay a movie if you're not 100% ready, especially with this. You don't want to release it early, and there'd be lots of problems.
Yeah,
and I feel like this is a smart move on their side to do this. So I don't have a problem with it. I have been a very firm believer. Yes, it's frustrating when they delay stuff, but it all seems to be for good reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Except for Morbius. That was just not good all the way around. So
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still cautiously optimistic. If anything, this movie is just going to be a big meme because of the casting of all this, Bowser and all this other stuff. I've seen so many different like rumors or maybe leaks of like this is actually going to be a musical type, like Disney type movie. Like it's still Illumination everything, but like Bowser's gonna have a song and all this, and I could see it. I could see Jack Black as Bowser singing a song. I still don't know like how is Mario gonna sound. Like I don't think he's gonna do the Mario voice. I think he's gonna try to sound more like himself potentially, but I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna be. But again, I'm cautiously optimistic for this movie. Next sort of news here. It's gonna get loud. They only heard that. I don't think you heard that. It did the boom Sega thing. Sonic Origins is coming on June 23rd. Look at this awesome little audio listeners. We're watching the little trailer here on Twitter from the Sonic the Hedgehog official Twitter here. It is 4 games. Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic 2, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I guess it's showing it here. Sonic CD as well. And you can play as Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles in every single game. There's also different cutscenes and stuff here that they're showing off, like new animations for each game. It's widescreen as well, but like they remade these games in certain aspects to make them look better in HD. So there is a lot of love put into these games. Yeah, classic mode anniversary. So there's gonna be like these side panels here for like the 4x3, or anniversary where it's an actually widescreen built a little better. Yeah, they're talking about the animated content again, all that. I guess I'm gonna pause it here. But the big issue here, I don't see it anymore. It's not here anymore. Never mind. It was going to be the big issue with Sonic right now is the weird DLC price charting, where there's this like whole chart. I can't find it. That basically says like, here's what you do in order to get what, and it's just really stupid and confusing. If you have to put out a chart, that means it's really stupid and confusing. Why'd you do this?
Do you remember when Mortal Kombat did that? They had like different versions, and different versions came with different things. Um, and I think this is at first when they announced it, I thought this was really great. But when they're doing this and they're moving everything around like they're doing with these different versions, that's where they slipped up. I mean, this could be something that could sell really well with no problems.
So I honestly think so. Like, yeah, there's a base version for 40. There is a pre-order bonus that comes with some stuff. There are these two other DLC things that come out eventually, and then there's the deluxe edition. So if you pre-order the deluxe edition, then you get everything, because you get the pre-order bonus and you get all the deluxe stuff, which is the other DLC things separate. The deluxe is only $45. Why not just get rid of this altogether and then just sell this game for $45 to $50?
I mean, that makes better sense, to be completely honest.
Because it's not predatory with its weird DLC practices where you're going to trick people into buying a $40 version. But yeah, this game doesn't come out until June, so there's still time for them to potentially fix this.
I'm sure they'll get fixed.
Yeah, but like again, at the same time, like I think it's worth the regular, like the deluxe price to get everything. So I'm probably just gonna pre-order a deluxe in June at some time, so that I at least just have it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm a big fan of Sonic, especially older ones. I guess I'm not more. I almost am more of a fan of this. I'm a huge fan of the Game Gear versions as well, which are Master System versions. I would love to have a Master System version of those games, because those games I don't think ever released here on Master System. I could be wrong. I think they're only in Europe as well. Like how we were talking about before the show, we were talking about Master System games. But yeah, I would love to see stuff like that. But it's really cool to see these games, especially like Sonic CD, getting love as well. I did hear some news though today where they're starting to delist a bunch of these games on different shops and stuff, the single ones. I guess it's just because they are technically going to be a worse product than this. So instead of having a bunch of like $10 to $20 versions of this, you can just buy only this version, which is the best version with everything on it.
Right. Right. That makes more sense.
It does make sense, but people still like to complain because they're like, they're delisting all these games. Like, yeah, but they're giving you a better version of the game. You can still download your delisted version if you really want to buy it now, I guess. But whatever. But yeah, that's Sonic Origins. That was a mini news story, and it turned out to be a little longer. The next thing here, one of our main news stories for today, and of course it started stuff. And whoa, that was really loud. Yeah, it started playing Melty Blood because it's powered CL versus Red Arcway. But anyway, TMNT Shadow's Revenge gets a release window and new gameplay. Um, so yeah, Shredder's Revenge is coming out in summer now, is what they said officially. PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series XS, PC, and Nintendo Switch. I'm gonna be buying this game for PS5, probably PC at some point, maybe Nintendo Switch, but definitely PS5. Um,
Yeah, I mean, this game's yet again the same company that did Streets of Rage, which was a huge success. They've turned around and they worked with Nickelodeon to do this Turtles game, and they've done it right. Like, I watched the 12-minute gameplay.
yeah,
Fantastic. And they even got, I know we were talking with our friends about it, they got the original voices. Yeah, right there. So the original voices from the cartoon do the voice work on them. So
yeah,
that's awesome.
it is awesome. And then yeah, this company also, they're these developers. They helped make like Scott Pilgrim as well. So like you can definitely see that legacy there. Um, but yeah, it was announced over a year ago. It's a basically a reimagining of these types of games. But yeah, it's getting the voices. So Cam Clark as Leonardo, Townsend Coleman as Michelangelo, Barry Gordon as Donatello, Rob Paulson as Raphael, and also that includes Bebop and Rocksteady,
Yep.
because those a couple of those people voice Bebop and Rocksteady, so they're going to be voiced. I don't know who's going to voice Shredder, to be honest. Like I know there were multiple Shredders in the old cartoon. Like sometimes it was James Avery, Uncle Phil, and then other times it was just someone else, and you could really tell when it was someone else. But maybe it is that someone else now because unfortunately James Avery has been passed away for a few years. So yeah, it could be anyone, but I think it's really awesome that yeah, they got all the voice actors. That's super cool. I don't know if they said, but I don't know if Splinter or April are the same. I don't know yet. I think it's
I
just
mean,
the turtles for now.
yeah, yeah, and you know, it should be interesting because not only do we have this game coming out, we also have the Cowabunga collection as well.
Yeah.
It's supposedly coming out this year, and I know they don't want to go on the same day. They don't want to go in the same month.
Oh no, definitely not. And they are two different companies as well. Like they're working with Nickelodeon, I believe, to a degree. But like yeah, they are two different companies because one is Konami for the most part, and then this other one is Nickelodeon with this developer. Um, so yeah, I'm curious when all these going to be released. I would assume this would be um I'm gonna call it. This will probably be like a late June, early July game.
Yeah,
Um,
I
and
agree.
then Shredders, or and then the collection, Cowabunga collection, I feel like would be a November, December type game.
I agree. I mean, I think this one's gonna do very well. I'm gonna get it on PS5, um, and so it should be interesting to see how well this does.
Yeah.
I think it could do really, really well, like Streets of Rage did.
Mm-hmm.
And this company has just done a very good job of taking new ideas and running with them because that's what Streets of Rage was. There hadn't been a Streets of Rage in like 20 something years.
Yeah.
And they were like, we want to do a new one. You know, and Alex and I played that on stream, and they did a very good job of making the characters look older.
That was an awesome game.
Yeah, making the characters look older and changing up their fight styles was fantastic. And I know I watched a thing about the making of this where they had Nickelodeon and this company here, and they were talking about, well, we wanted to do something new, we didn't know what to do. But these games being successes, it opens up a whole new world of what else we could look for, you know?
Yeah. I wonder. So this is probably what happened. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, because again, yeah, this game was really or announced like over a year ago. I bet what happened was this game was announced over a year ago. Konami saw the hype, and Konami was like, "Oh, let's make this Cowabunga collection," and
Oh,
then they announced it for this year. So like, we have this game to thank for getting all these other games in a collection too. So definitely, if you're able to, don't want you to buy things that you can't afford, but I would recommend buying both of these things, the collection and this, especially if you're a fan of any sort of beat 'em up. Um, if you're a fan of Ninja Turtles in general, the Cowabunga collection, we've talked about it before on there. It comes with a bunch of stuff, including like even Game Boy games. So like I'm very interested in those because those games aren't that expensive, but like still, like it's really cool to see something that looks better on like an actual screen. Yeah, when we get those games, when we get honestly all these games, I'll definitely play these and probably stream them and do all that kind of stuff because I think it'd be really fun to play these, assuming that the online works well. Do we know if Shredder's Revenge has online co-op?
They, I know they've talked about how it works, but I haven't heard if there's going to be. I would say yes. I think they did say online co-op.
Okay, because
Only
I know the
so
Cowabunga collection has online co-op for everything except the Game Boy games, and I think the Genesis version of Tournament Fighters. I think that's it. Um, but yeah, so definitely looking forward to all these. Look out for these. Um, wow, I didn't even try to speed up, and yet here we are. We're on our last news story. um, man, I mean we can talk about other things, but go through the spiral here. This is kind of just a starting point here. Netflix cancels multiple shows after subscriber drop. IGN talked about this. A lot of other people talked about this. So basically, they're putting a bunch of animated shows on pause, as well as just getting rid of the director, creative leadership, and development for original animation. That whole staff. The Bone comic book series. They're gonna make a cartoon about that. That got canceled, even though it was highly anticipated. That was announced. It says here, yeah, back in 2019. There was a Roald Dahl cartoon that got canceled. There's a bunch of stuff, a bunch of things that are getting canceled. But Stranger Things season 4 has like a huge budget per episode, $30 million per episode. Um, yeah, and then yeah, there's just so much money being spent in a weird direction. I don't know anyone who still cares about Stranger Things. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like it,
I think
the hype has died.
they're gonna see the biggest backlash is for the last two price hikes, they've made a substantial profit and still did a hike in the price of
Yeah.
Netflix. And then they were honest. So like, we made a profit, but we wanted to make more of a profit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were completely transparent.
Yeah.
Then, you know, they did it again. They did another price hike. And now they're talking about, oh, well, if you share accounts and different addresses, we're going to charge you for that. There's ways of going about it without saying it just like that. Okay. You've made a substantial profit every single year for the last 6 years,
Yeah.
if not more. Yes, you have some okay programming, but doing this with people is going to hurt you.
It's gonna make them leave.
Yeah, and so these numbers here, at one point they had lost like 200,000 subscribers. Worldwide was 500,000.
Mm-hmm.
With the thoughts of they're going to raise prices if you have it somewhere else. Okay, there are the people that are deliberately doing like, hey, you want my Netflix account? Give me $5 a month. There are people that are doing that.
Yeah.
But if you have a child that goes to college and
Yep.
it's not at your place and they want to use it, with my parents use it, but they also do free babysitting, and they're retired. I have no problem letting them use it, and they have their own, profile.
Yeah, with my family, same thing with we have certain deals, I guess. But I had to try to explain this to my mom like yesterday or today, I forget which one. But I was talking about like you heard about the Netflix stuff, right? And she's like, "Well, I pay for the big plan. We pay for 4 screens, so we should be able to share that across 4 different people. If they don't let us do that, then we're going to cancel." Because like that's the whole point of paying for the big one is so Like, if you can't share with all those, then what's the point? I can understand maybe if people are sharing the one screen account with different people and then scheduling times to stop watching, and the other person to start watching. But yeah, for something like this, yeah, it's they better let you share it,
Yeah,
because
and
they keep showing that tweet where it's like love is sharing a password or something like that. It was from like years
yeah.
ago.
Well, I think the other thing is when they started doing all this, there was no competition.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have Disney, we have HBO. I have Amazon Prime just because I buy diapers and dog food, which makes it cheaper, and the video service is free,
Yeah.
basically for me. Because you think about it, I'm already getting a huge discount on dog food for a subscription.
Mm-hmm.
Bonus, you've got that. So and HBO is doing a really good job of bringing like new and great things, including their own series that they're doing right now and their own movies. So, and right now you can get a Hulu and Disney and ESPN for cheaper than the um, you know,
Yeah.
four version. I remember one point that they tried. Disney was like, "Well, we want a little more money for what we're doing," and Netflix said, "No, we're Netflix. What are you gonna do? Build your own?" And
Mm-hmm.
now Disney is on fire. Um,
Yeah.
their numbers are almost whereas I think they were at one point their numbers were better.
Yeah.
And they keep dropping all these huge series. They've had obviously Mandalorian's huge, the Book of Boba Fett. Right now, you've got these obscure, not well known Marvel characters like Moon Knight, She Hulk, Miss Marvel. All these huge series, and that's why people are going to keep it. Obi-Wan comes out this summer.
And they took all the Netflix shows from them too, all the
Yeah.
Marvel ones. So
How are you going to start a fight with Disney when they own like a huge percentage of your catalog? If you
mm-hmm.
go to Netflix now, there's not a lot of big programs.
No, there aren't.
I keep it because my wife watches Downton Abbey, but that's leaving soon.
Yeah.
And my parents don't watch it, and so we will, if they do that, we will cancel our subscription.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if they were worried about the 200,000 here, wait till they raise that price with that.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I read an article where the employees are scared they're going to lose their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And the CEO doesn't care, and the board of directors doesn't care because they're going to make their money and they're already rich to begin with.
Yeah.
A comment that I saw on Facebook was it's almost like they're doing this on purpose because they can't go back down from being so arrogant.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm not going to relish on it, but I think this is not good for them and it's not going to end well.
Yeah, I agree. I agree indeed. Honestly, that's all the news stories I had for today. Yeah, a little shorter of a podcast for today, to be honest, but yeah. I guess we can end up a little early. Again, if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, considering going to youtube.com/GetOutGaming, where you can find us over there on YouTube, see our potentially lovely or ugly faces, whatever you like to see. Yeah, again, if you're on YouTube, go ahead and go to any of your podcast services that you love. Hit the subscribe button there, as well as YouTube. Comment, do all the fun stuff there. We are on Facebook and Twitter. You can find us there. Um, but yeah, you can find us a lot of places. Again, we have for this month, our shout outs of the month at this point. For safety tips for gorillas, go ahead and check out that YouTube channel, Safety Tips for Gorillas. They're pretty cool. I hear Ben knows the famous person from there.
Yeah. Knows
Yeah.
my well.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead and check them out over there. We we thank you for all that help for sure. And thank you for all of our new subscribers as well. If you're watching, listening, we appreciate you being here. Um, but that's all honestly I have for this podcast. Do you have anything else, Ben?
Just get at it.
Get at it.